What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do a technique from the side control here. One of my favorite things to do when I get here and the person starts to get a frame in, right? So he gets control, he's starting to hip escape away. If I don't do anything, he gets his guard back. So I don't want to do that, right? So as soon as I get here, I'm going to take my hand on the inside and cup tight, and my hips are going to turn, and I'm going to put my shoulder right above his forearm. That way I can start to kill his frame. Now, as I do that, my hips are going to switch. We'll change the angle in just a second. But I go here, my hand's going to come out from behind his head, and I'm going to start to pull his arm up so he can't recover his guard. Once we go here, I'm going to stay nice and tight. And now I want to get back in front of this hand. After I've done that, I can start to single this hand out again. I don't want him to have double frames on the inside to where he can start to push away and create space, right? So I go here, I keep everything tight. I push this over, I step over top of his head. Now I might have to scoop my hips back just a little bit, that way I can step over top of the person's head. My knees are pinched nice and tight, and now I'm gonna take this foot and shoot it through. My head's gonna go to the ground, and from here, you could grab the person's elbow. What I really like to do is I just make a gable grip right on his elbow here, and I pull it to my chest, and my shoulder is gonna shrug forward. So I pull, shrug over top, and that usually gets me the finish. So again, we get here from the side control, and the kind of starts to get the frame. If I don't do anything, he recovers guard. So I grab and I go up and over top of that frame, turn my hips to kill the frame again, step over top. And I said before, you have to get rid of one of these, so I can either go in front and then focus, or I can go straight to here. It doesn't really matter, because Nakana's not going to be able to push me up from this position. And if he does start to push, it'll make it easier to turn and get back in front. So now we scoot back, up and over top, lock my feet. You can do a triangle, or you can just cross your feet and squeeze everything in tight. Now you're gonna move your bottom arm to where his elbow is, gable grip, pull up, and crunch to get the finish. Now we'll look at it from this side over here. So when he goes, he starts getting the frame. I'm gonna cup and go up and over top. Now my hip and my knee is staying tight to his chest, so he can't do that ghost escape here. I go here, lift his elbow, and now I'm gonna focus on one of these, whichever one's easier. If he's keeping this really tight and I can't get underneath of it, I'm gonna focus this arm. That way I can use my hands, my body, to really get rid of this one. If we can go here and get this one in front first, perfect. Whichever one you wanna do. Now my hips are gonna scoot back just a little bit. That way I can make it easier to step over top of his head. Now I'm gonna lock, connect my feet, and get the finish. Now, some people will ask you if you can finish the triangle from there. It's extremely hard to finish the triangle unless you can get here and just like really crunch and control the arm. A lot of times it's easier to just finish the arm, right? Because I've singled out this part of his body, 2-on-1. Anytime you have 2-on-1, you're gonna win that battle. As always, no liabilities.